They said to step off. He's locked down in history.
Good. 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 Okay. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. I'm here today to talk about just some of the great work of our members. You saw on the front page of the paper this morning a tragic accident that happened yesterday with a young woman right nearby. And one of our members, as we always say, our members are not really on duty. They are heroes on duty and off. Heard the commotion outside, ran out, and immediately went to work. Did not hesitate, did not stop to think about his own safety. He took his training and all of his knowledge and his true dedication to this city and immediately intervened on his own before anyone else was there to begin life-saving CPR. As he was doing that, the other members around me began to arrive, ALS and BLS from EMS, and were able to immediately treat this critically ill patient. She is most definitely in our prayers. She is still critical, but she is stable. We are very grateful for that, and we're very grateful that these members were able to intervene early. In particular, our firefighter able to be across the street and intervene right away to make sure she could get to a hospital and have her life saved. So with that, I'm going to let Firefighter Cristales speak first. Yeah?
How you doing? My name is Firefighter Jose Cristales from Ladder 104, Williamsburg. Just Cristales. I arrived first on scene and heard the commotion and everything. My sister went to come get me, and then I immediately sprung to action, went downstairs. Luckily, I lived right here, so I got there and I seen and had to assess what was happening. Seeing the young woman pinned under a wheel, and then a whole crowd. So I had to go there and and look around and see what we had. So automatically, I knew we had to get the girl out from underneath the wheel and start CPR. What I seen coming my way was a bulldozer. And thank God for the community and everybody who stepped in, coming in and trying to go ahead and get the girl out. Then I went to go ahead and grab the girl from under the tire and immediately tried to check to see if she was breathing, if she had a pulse. From there, I initiated CPR until the arriving units came to help out. Just hoping for a safe recovery, hope she comes out this okay, and I know she has a long journey, and she's in all of our prayers.
Thank you. Jim, do you want the medics to something? Lieutenant?
How you doing? Lieutenant John Militano, engine 246. So we got the run. Yeah, sure. It's Militano. So the tones went off. We got a run for a pedestrian struck by a vehicle. So on our way out the door, the tones went off again for a second source, meaning somebody else called and there was more information. And they had put the ladder 169 on it. Because it was a pin job, which is when somebody's stuck underneath the automobile. As we arrived, there was a big commotion going on, a big crowd out there, and I noticed, at the time I didn't know it was Firefighter, but Cristales doing CPR on the patient. So I immediately ran over to him. I advised my probationary firefighter, Kirill Aleshin, that he was a paramedic before this, so I knew I had a good guy working with me to assess the situation. I told him to go check out what was going on, and I started talking to Firefighter Cristales just to see how this happened and what was going on. He filled me in on everything, and then Kirill took over patient care, and we got the girl in neck brace, started suctioning, and continued CPR until the medics arrived.
Hello, my name is Paramedic Eckert. I work at Station 43. I was with my partner Dominic DeFranco when we responded to a trauma assignment. Sorry. Speak up if you don't mind. Sure thing. Hi, my name is Paramedic Eckert, E-C-K-E-R-T, from Station 43. I responded to a trauma assignment with my partner, Paramedic DeFranco. When we arrived on scene, we were met with a chaotic scene, but we had our EMTs from our BLS unit 43 Henry, EMT Arucho, taking care of things with the CFRDs on scene. With the community efforts, getting the chain of survival going accordingly to get our efforts going appropriately. After we were able to obtain the patient and remove her to our ambulance, we initiated some advanced medical care, performing advanced life support, and transporting her to a local area hospital.
Any questions?
Can I just say one thing? I just want to emphasize, you heard, what they're saying. One, I want to explain a couple of terms, ALS, advanced life support, BLS, basic life support, but also just want to emphasize, this is really about a couple of values that are truly FDNY values: training, teamwork, and being heroes, right? So you hear them talking, not only did each one of them bring their training to this, but each one of them brought all the skills that they have over the course of their career. Firefighter Cristales is also in the reserves as a Marine, I believe. Hoorah. We've got, medics, EMTs, firefighters who have medical training, and they work together as a team, right? And it is only because of their teamwork, their dedication to the city of New York, that I think that this was possible. So I just want to give them credit for that. They are heroes, truly. So with that, we will take some questions.
Yeah, Firefighter Cristales, can we bring you up to the mic?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Question I have for you, you mentioned a bulldozer. So you used some construction equipment because nothing else was available to lift that car up. Can you talk a little bit about what that took and what had to be in the area that you were able to sort of improvise and use something like that?
So initially when I got there, my first thought was, okay, we need to lift the car up. From there, I'm looking around and I see a good amount of people, bystanders by. So in my head, I'm like, we're going to have to do a 3-2 count on my count and try to lift the car as much as we can together. In the midst of that, there's a bulldozer that were coming directly my way. So it was like the grace of God came and helped out the whole scenario, and everybody came out, did what they had to do.
May I ask a follow-up, unless someone else missed it? Yeah, so you have this bulldozer helping lift this at this point.
Yes.
You're going to go under the wheel well. Did you have to kind of get under the car? Did you feel like, I'm worried this thing could come down again? Or did you feel it was fairly secure?
It happened in such a fast moment where we had to redirect the bulldozer to the front of the car. Once he got the car lifted, I immediately pulled the victim, the patient, from under the wheel, and then started my assessments there. So it was just kind of like an instant thing. It wasn't so simple as taking a step back or just having time to think. It just happened simultaneously. It's kind of like a mixed emotions. It's like a pat in the back for me because I helped as much as I can. I did the best job I could possibly do, or anybody could do. Any of my companions, anybody that I work with, because we do this training, we go ahead and we drill, we practice. The FDNY makes sure that we are prepared for any scenario that comes our way. So it's a bit of a mixed scenario because, yeah, I get the pat in the back. We all get the pat in the back for everything that we have done. But it's also like the feeling of how is she going to do, how is she doing. We're real remorseful for her and her family. It's not so simple as, okay, we got her, we got the job done, that's it. There's more to that.
Anything else on this topic here, folks? Yes, Mr. Maybe one more. Just, kind of along the lines of what she was saying about getting in there. You were asleep, correct? And the emotion woke you up, the sister woke you up. Is that your nature, and is that what training is, and that's just why you're in this job, where you would run straight to something like that?
100%. The training gets you ready for any scenario in the midst of anything. You could be walking your dog, you can be at work, you can be occupied with something, and then a scenario happens where you have to be the person to go ahead and intervene and fix that situation. It really takes a lot out of you, and the training does give you that muscle memory at the end of the day to go ahead and initiate that plan and complete the mission.
Do you have an understanding of while you were working, while you're on scene, evaluating, that you maybe heard sirens, others were coming behind you?
I would, honestly, none of that was even in my head because I'm trying to focus on the scenario at hand. But I'm sure I knew I had help coming, 100%. Nobody would leave a brother behind, especially not, any department here. We're one city, we're New York City. We always take care of our own.
You do this all off too. You're at home, you hear a car wreck. Can you just run that part again for me? You're at home, you're on TV.
Yes.
What happens?
I hear a commotion outside, and then my sister was yelling. She's alarming me to the accident outside. So I just get up, grab my shorts, get dressed a little bit and run downstairs to see the midst of what had happened. And I see the young lady under a car pinned and in distress.
Being a firefighter just kicks in.
Yes, all my muscle memory, all my training, everything just kicks in that one instant. I gotta respond, I gotta assess, I gotta go ahead and make sure everything's okay and everything will be okay. We're New York City's first line of defense. We'll be there.
And they do train every day for that reason. So it's not just in the academy. They are training every single day, and that is for that reason. So the moment something happens, that muscle memory, like he said, kicks in.
Absolutely fair call. Absolute credit to the department.
Of course, yeah. He is a hero, and so are they. And like he said, it feels complicated because we're so proud of them, but we're also still so worried for her. But certainly, this is who our members are.
We have one question over here.
Yeah.
Commissioner, good to see you again. Off-topic question. On the drones over the beach and the bird situation, can you comment on that?
Do you have a specific question or just generally?
How do we
Yeah.
handle this? Is this an
Yeah.
issue? How do we deal with that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as you can imagine, I think you've been down there. When you are in Mother Nature, it is an ever-changing situation, right? Including the fact that we are now down there monitoring for sharks because they've changed their behavior. You don't control Mother Nature. We are in her territory. And so it's no different with the drones and with technology. Our members are coexisting on the beach with the birds, with the sharks, with the people in the water, trying to keep everyone safe. I don't know if you've ever had a bird dive bomb your head, but it is not a pleasant experience. We definitely have enough space on the beach, so as soon as we realized that we might have been close to a habitat which would have been causing that behavior, we were able to adjust. And that's happening, frankly, every day with that technology, whether it is for that reason or it's because where the beachgoers are or it's because where we are seeing new wildlife in the water. So, while it might have seemed surprising, when you're in the middle of that sort of environment in Mother Nature, you're constantly adjusting to make sure we're safe and the public is safe and anything around us is as well.
Not impacting the use of the drone.
No, we're definitely still able to do our work. Yeah.
Can you just describe how important these drones are to the department?
I mean, incredibly important. I think, the way we always work is anything we can do to give our members greater situational awareness helps keep their lives safe and helps save additional members. So whether it's at the beach or it's over a collapse or it's at a fire, what it's really doing at its essence, we talk about drones and I know that has its own interest, but any piece of technology, no matter what it's doing, is to give us more information to make sure before they go in, they know what's there. It means they're safer. It means they can have the right equipment. It also means we know if someone's in there and if they're in distress. So they are incredible for us, life-saving pieces of equipment because they tell us, something that we couldn't always see that was behind a building, on top of a building, in the water, in the sand, and that's incredibly helpful for us, especially as you hear. Imagine having 20 seconds from nothing to knowing that you have to go to work and put your life on the line. You want to know as much as you can, and there is very little information you can often get. So every piece of information helps and makes us safer, and thus makes New Yorkers safer. Yeah.
Everybody okay? Thank you. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Commissioner.
Yeah. Thank you.
You can stop.